Thank you for joining me. I am Teri, a natural nutritionist and whole foods advocate, really passionate about putting fabulous food on the table that is supportive of our health and well-being. Today we are going to make a vegan cashew cream. It's a fabulous alternative to yogurt, which has tended to be an amazingly superfood or perceived superfood in our industry in the last number of years. This is a vegan option that is really quick to come together and typically using foods that you will have in your home. What we're starting with is a raw cashew butter. Now you may not have this, and you could use any nut or seed butter that you do have. In addition, we have a sweetener happening, and it is a raw local honey. These are really supportive of your health as well. Raw honey is wonderfully augmenting for our immune system. It's an antifungal, antibacterial, and antimicrobial powerhouse. So tap into this and keep this on stock in your cupboard as well. We have a vegan version of a milk. This is a coconut almond cream. It is on my website. The recipe is there, and it too comes together as quickly as making a smoothie. What we begin with is approximately equal parts of the cashew butter along with milk, and I'm going to eyeball this. You could measure it yourself if you really wanted, but typically you're going to play around a little bit and see if you need to adjust the amounts depending on the consistency that you're looking for. Some nut or seed butters tend to be a little thicker or thinner than others, and this is going to vary the quantity that you will require with your milk alternative. We mix this in until we have a nice, smoothie, creamy, yogurt-like consistency, and then we'll add a little sweetness. You want to do your best to get all of the lumps out because we really want that creaminess. And you could use one of the handheld blenders or submersible if you wanted, but as you'll see, this has come together super quickly. I'll add a touch of sweetness to approximate quarter cup of the nut butter and the non-dairy milk. I'm going to add approximately half a teaspoon. You might want to add a touch more. The cashew butter is already quite sweet on its own, so I think this is going to be good. And you know you always have to give it a taste test as you go. It's part of the fun of creating food. That's perfect. Then we begin layering very similar to what you would make with a regular parfait. I've got a quinoa granola on the bottom, so we're staying away from gluten. I will layer in some fresh fruit on top. Here it's a combination of berries. I've got raspberries and blackberries and pears. I'm looking for a nice color combo. You know we eat with our eyes first and foremost, so it's important to make your food look really pretty. I will take some of the cream and pour this on top. And I'm going to just cover it enough so that I've got a few of the berries pulling through. A little more of the granola. Here's a nice crunchy granola. Fruit. And we'll typically look to leave a berry or two for the top. I'll look to use all that up. Some more of our cashew cream. And it really is so yummy. It's one of my favorite alternatives. And I will top it up with a little more of those berries, as mentioned, because I want the beauty of the color. And give it a little bit of granola. And a touch of cacao nibs. These are fabulous for adding a little more texture, and they're also a superfood with over 12,000 different nutrients. Fabulous antioxidant, really high in magnesium, as are our cashews. Many people tend to feel that cashews are really high in fat, but actually they are a lot lower in saturated fat, with 75% of the fat unsaturated, and 75% of that is rich in oleic acid, and that is fabulously supportive of our cardiovascular system. So what you've done is created a perfect alternative to a traditional yogurt, and it's easy to make on your own, way more affordable, and way more supportive of your health. The only way to know if you're going to love it is to try it yourself. Let me just top it up with a touch of cardamom, and voila, there you go. I hope you make it. The recipe is on the website, and if you have any comments or questions, I'd love to hear from you. Teri, Gente saying thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again. Bye for now. Bon appetit.